Hello, I'm Bob from Suncenter. Today, I'd like to introduce the large valve test bench. This is the large welded valve. Now it has been installed, and the valve has been clamped to the fixed position. When you receive the equipment, you need to connect power, driven air and refuel. This is the driven air port, connected to compressed air. And this is where the power is connected. Connect to 380 volt power supply. This is the refueling port. It has hydraulic oil with size 46. Need to be added to more than half of the oil gauge. This equipment requires water to be added to the sink. The water level needs to be higher than the filter. Then the sink should be filled with sodium nitrite to prevent rust. Next, let's introduce the operation panel. There are water pressure test pressure gauges, small range and large range. If the pressure exceeds 400 kilograms, this valve needs to be closed to protect this pressure gauge. If the measured low pressure is below 400 kilograms, open the valve. Lower range meters have clearer scales for observation. This is the high pressure water electrical contact pressure gauge. Low pressure water electrical contact pressure gauge. Timer indicator light. This is the buzzer. This is the oil pump pressure gauge. Clamping gauge. This is the air source gauge. Here's a row of valve manifolds. This is the overall water inlet valve. To do water pressure test, you need to turn on the water inlet switch. Overall air inlet valve needs to be closed. This is the pressure relief valve. Pressure relief valve needs to be closed when pressurized. The water inlet valve needs to be opened. This is also the water inlet valve. The pressure relief valve. This is a pressure relief valve for the oil pressure. This is the clamping button for the oil cylinder. Loose button. High pressure pump start button. Stop button. Low pressure pump start button. Oil pump start and stop buttons. Power switch. This is the top cylinder pressurizing button. Push it to pressurize. This is the exhaust valve for water injection. The left valve also needs to be closed. The valve corresponds to the detection flow meter. Then the large valve has been clamped. Before starting testing, the first step is to clamp the valve tightly. The oil pump has been started. Only after the oil pump is started can it be clamped. Starting the test. The test pressure needs to be set first. Set the test pressure according to the pointer. Then set the clamping pressure according to the valve diameter comparison table. This is the clamping gauge. Pressure setting via boost button. Press it and the pressure goes up. And then depending on the type of valve, The pressure of 35 MPa is enough. After setting up, you can start testing. First, inject water. Start the low pressure pump to start water injection. And then open this exhaust valve. Observe that water can be continuously discharged, indicating that the air has been evacuated. Then close the valve. Next, start the high pressure pump. Because it is a large valve, the pressurization speed is very slow. When the pressure reaches the set pressure, it will automatically stop. Now the pressure is expressed to the set pressure. We can set the pressure holding time. For example, setting 1 minute. Start to maintain pressure. In the process of holding pressure, you need to observe the valve connection part. There is no leakage. Then go back and watch the needle on the pressure gauge to see if it drops. Determine if the valve is leaking by looking at the pressure gauge. Buzzer alarm at the end of holding pressure. After testing, the valve needs to be disassembled. First, you need to take the pressure off, because it's dangerous to dismantle it under pressure. Open the pressure relief valve. The pressure is dropping. Water begins to discharge. After the pressure relief is complete, clamping cylinders need to be depressurized. Open the rightmost valve for quick pressure relief. You can see the pressure is slowly dropping. After the pressure relief is completed, the clamp can be released. Press the button to release the clamp. Finally, the valve can be removed. This is the introduction of the large valve test bench. Thank you.